It's a token that can transform into multiple things, but only once.
Like once ever or once per day?
Only once ever. It could be immensely valuable if sold. Send you
Fuck
the details.
that.
And so wait. So it can only turn into one thing ever, or one of these things
At
at a time
At
ever?
a time.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that you could pull one of these out in the middle of, let's say, a big fight against a really, really difficult enemy, and then just keep swapping to really, really powerful weapons.
You know what? I'm gonna be nice. As long as you're willing to dump gold into it, it will get the features because it mentions down below how much each one costs.
So say we want it to turn into something, we give it X amount of gold for X item, it will turn into said thing?
Mori, you should check your private messages. You'll see that.
Sorry, I'm asking just so I understand what you're describing.
It'll be better have Mori kind of read it through and describe it. I've got to start the session.
That's fair. Alright. I mean, depending on how you look at it, this is technically part of that, because all of us are suddenly going to feel slightly invigorated.
Yeah.
Vinegar.
Whose ass?
You know, the second you said that, all I wanted to say to you was, damned vampire and the weird food fetishes.
I don't have any sort of food fetish takes a bite of soap.
Exactly!
Are you cooking shit?
Okay. Apologies. We are good to go.
Alright.
And a last minute cancellation. Alright, I'll be talking.
Okay. If that's what you want.
Wait,
no,
what?
No, Vex.
Yeah, do it. Let's see if you actually will.
No.
Oh no, I can start another game. I can completely cancel the session. I would like to go play another game.
Vex, I haven't had the chance to do this in way too long. I am not happy.
Okay.
Do it.
So, I do believe we have one thing to start out before the session begins.
I didn't do it.
Somebody has had their little effect trigger again.
Yeah,
What'd I do?
Oh, right. Oh.
it's been 30 days just to get here.
That just is delicious.
That magical little timer is up again.
Okay, we'll be switching up the vibe very quickly now.
Oh no.
Petra, you sit at the edge of your bed and stare at the timer, watching it go down once more. You only have a few more minutes now. Each second seeming to take longer and longer. Perhaps you prepare yourself, perhaps you've got something you want to say, perhaps you're just going to go in and see what happens.
That tends to be the flow of things.
Well, you take a breath and watch as the timer counts down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday.
Okay. You appear once more in that white space. Ahead of you is the same room, 50 times that. And inside, you see the mysterious metal man, as he always is whenever you come here, standing before the window looking out. A strange metallic couch with all the wires coming in from it. In the center of the room, seeming to gleam ever so slightly, as if catching the light that shines in from the outside the window. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk into the room and say, "Hey." So, I don't got nothing yet.
Listen, we just arrived.
Well,
Give me another month.
you're just...
I'll have your money.
Well, you're not dead yet.
We were traveling by airship, and we had our last encounter before we left, and we've just arrived.
Very well. Sit. We have something we wish to understand before sending you back.
Oh, we?
He's French. Kill him.
We, indeed. With a wave of his hand, the couch disappears, and in its place appears a table and 2 chairs. You note that the wires that almost formed a strange cape going off his back have disappeared as well.
I'll
You take
go
a
and
seat. Oh, sorry.
I'll go into the table.
Okay. He goes and sits across from you. And then makes an almost triangle shape with between his fingers and thumbs.
That's licking.
Too often, we have seen your kind give in to base instinct and fall to the allure of ill-gotten power. Why?
Well, I suppose most of them are inherently greedy.
We cannot understand this. We have given so much, yet it was never enough. The being leans forward ever so slightly. We remember the greatest betrayal. We will never allow you and the rest of your kin to hold that power again.
Suppose that's why I'm after the book, then.
Yes, indeed so. Being leans back and studies you for a moment. Were you about to say something? Nope.
I don't really have any intention of, destroying my current way of life, as that would currently, end my well-being.
And you say that you would deny this chance at power?
I don't really see the point in using it. It would eliminate all use that I have.
Perhaps. The Tome of Apocalypse. It does not feature only spells that destroy. It features spells that end this way of life. It has only ever been used twice in history. Once, it brought about a great and terrible end. A civilization brought to dust. The second time it was used, it brought about a great reformation. It changed minds, ended a reign of unspeakable horrors.
And you were there to witness it all?
I was its creator,
I see.
and we are its maintainer.
Who is this we you're referring to?
Being does not answer, merely watches you. Every answer you seek comes with a price. A
is-
sacrifice.
And yet you're unable of greed, though?
Greed? Perhaps. I do not desire. I only obtain. If you want something, something must be given in return.
Fair enough. What do you think would be a worthy cost?
A worthy cost.
A druid.
The being stands up and steps around the edge of the table. It approaches you and reaches out for your hand. What do you do?
In what way is he offering his hand?
Extended outwards as if not asking for something, but more indicating for you to do something. The hand is open palm towards you, towards your face.
I'll reach out and grab the extended hand, I suppose? With my left arm?
Okay. It takes your left hand, and you feel that striking cold of these bone-like metal joints. Each finger a finely crafted construct. It holds your hand and lifts it up slightly. Studies each joint, each individual part, each individual inch of flesh, I mean.
Comfortable words.
Sorry, what? You broke up in the center of that for me.
Oh, I said comfortable words.
Oh, totally. It's very comfortable as you're essentially being poked and prodded by this metal finger. If you were to be willing, give me one of your fingers, and I can tell you the truth. The truth you see.
Ow.
Your right middle finger. It's one of the most useless ones.
What you talking about? He uses it all the time on Tom.
Your left ring finger. Fuck.
Technically, pinkies would be the first.
No, that's like grip strength though.
You aren't actually de-evolving it. Like, it is losing its purpose.
But it hasn't yet.
True.
Maybe in a couple generations it will have no use, but as of right now we still need it.
See, that's the thing, is we'll be meeting a prosthetician, or whatever the fuck the proper name is for that.
Prosthetic.
prosthetic salesperson.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Give it a 2 fingers, the middle and ring finger. You getting prosthetics?
Yes, but as in what information do I need to learn? Because he's offering me multiple sets of information at the moment.
Well, at the moment, he is looking to trade for the information about who we are. Why he keeps on referring to himself as we.
He's just French. You shouldn't trust him. He's French.
Yeah, I offer a finger. The ring first.
Right ring finger.
I said left hand.
Oh shit.
So, each of the tips of his metal hand, of each finger, grasp around the edges of where your finger meets the actual. Sorry, can't think of the word of that. It's the actual knuckle, I guess. Yeah,
I was gonna say the knuckle or the base.
yeah, just like the base of the knuckle. And it's just how you notice that, like a skeleton hand, each tip has a very pointed edge.
Comfortable words.
And as you close your finger up so it's separated from the rest, and so that you can watch. And his eyes, the strange glowing energy that floats within, it feels as if it's wholly focused on you now. And observing your expression. Before you can even think, there's a clicking noise. And nothing. You're curious for a moment. You notice you don't feel his hands, his metal joints on your hand anymore.
Can I look down at my hand?
Yes. You see there, you're missing your left ring finger.
Ah, that's lovely. Am I bleeding currently?
No. It's as if it was never there.
I'm just gonna continue forward and say, so, the price has been paid.
And I'm in.
And an answer shall be given. We are beings of two whole. I am the one who came before. The one who built from nothing. It is the one who was betrayed. We saw the world crumble and fall apart. Together, we make a whole being. Your finger will be used for a project of ours. Your
Oh,
body parts, anything that seems to remain whole maintains itself within this realm. It'll prove useful to us.
might I know in what ways?
That trade will cost you quite a bit.
I see.
Gonna beat up.
I believe that is all we have time. Are you ready?
Okay. Down a finger and ready as ever.
I look forward to your next question. As the hand rips around your skull, and with a sickening crunch and a flash of intense pain, you are suddenly back in that dark, mysterious void. The space between consciousness and wherever you were before. Now. Oop. There we go. As you sit within the darkness and wait, you are met with sudden flashes again. You know now that these are some form of memory, either illusory or otherwise. With each passing moment, these flashes grow brighter and brighter until suddenly you are met
Hey Kyle,
Wait.
how's it going?
a dark room. The walls
Don't fall
Which
asleep in my
you remember
dream.
before,
Gosh
they-
darn.
had some sort of flesh upon them. Some strange, otherworldly growths. Foulness that you cannot begin to stomach, even now. As you try to study your surroundings, you are met with an image. And a visual of a small figure appears in the room next to you. Steps around you. And observe you.
What's that? Sorry?
Steps around you and then seems to just observe you. As you feel this unease, this tension. Some sort of semblance born from your early youth, your childhood. This being, whatever it is, you can't make out its facial features. They're hidden within a deep
Hi,
hood.
can I help you?
What's going on?
One of the
Sorry,
cats came to
yelling.
seek aid.
Oh, okay. So, the outer layer of its hood is made of fine white feathers. They are attached in a way as it looks almost like the actual feathers on a bird. Like, like instead of a fake raggedy, like a fake hood, fake feathers all over it, this looks like an actual living being just turned into some sort of clothing.
Is there
The
like
feathers. Oh, sorry.
Is there a
No.
beak at the top of the hood? Okay.
There is no beak. It is still a hood, but it's just the way the feathers are put in. It looks like it's actually. It could start moving at any moment, essentially.
Okay.
The darkness of the hood, even though you don't see a face, you definitely know it is staring back at you. You are one of the few that will live. Good. You'll survive the procedure. Don't worry. Your fate is in the hands of something far greater than anything you can ever know. It's at this moment, as it finishes speaking, that you realize the voice was not coming from inside the hood. And with that, you flash back. Your eyes open and you are staring back at the metal ceiling. You're groggy and a bit tired. And also quite hungry.
You also feel about an ounce lighter.
And your Fridays are going to be slightly worse.
Do you? You don't feel any lighter.
Is the finger actually missing?
Yeah, can I check on that?
You look down at your finger and you say, yes, it is still there.
Who would actually, like, try and examine how much they weigh and go, like, is my finger missing?
Well, you may notice a slight differentiation, like maybe one hand is a bit. Let's not get into semantics of it. But your finger is still there. What do you do?
Gonna try and see if it's, like, physically there. If that makes sense.
You tap on it. Give me a perception.
Alright.
Excellent for coin for me.
26.
Okay.
Heads.
You note almost instantly that,
Thank you.
well, yes, it is physically still there. You don't feel yourself tapping on it. Like,
Huh. It's
The
lost
finger-
all sense.
yes.
Can they still move it?
You can still move it. It just feels off. It feels wrong.
Can I use detect magic?
Yes, and when you use it, you see the school of necromancy upon it.
Huh.
The familiar dark purple shades.
All too familiar, dark purple shades.
Yeah, way too familiar.
Interesting.
Okay.
Would I have any luck with an arcana?
What do you mean?
As in
Like-
checking to see if I know anything of this, like?
You can attempt so. It would be a disadvantage though, since you're trying to. It's very broad.
Right. 13.
Hey, you have no knowledge. It could be some sort of numbing agent, or maybe even a curse of. Yeah, maybe just some sort of curse. You're not too sure.
Interesting. Can I visit the local necromancer upon our ship?
There you go. You can go. Just get Maury while they're trying to do their thing.
This finger, it shouldn't be here, and there's necromantic energy on it.
Just in the room with the skeletons.
Maury, what do you do?
Yeah, I can do an investigation of his finger.
Okay.
Just entirely cuts it off.
Step up.
Give me a I'll say yes, this is actually going to be an Arcana check for you. Essentially,
Arcana?
using what you know of knowledge and...
Do I get advantage for it being necromancy?
No. The only reason you're getting it is because you're a necromancer.
Fair enough. Oh, that's a terrible roll. A 14.
14. As far as you can tell, it seems as if all of the nerves are disconnected somehow. As if they have been... How do I put this? Okay.
Magically severed?
Yes, in a way. Or... It's in a way that this finger should be dead. It should be... It's like it's attached to a dead... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You would expect to see this finger on a dead body, not on a person. Living person.
Interesting. What the fuck did you do?
I made an offer to someone that referred to themselves as we.
You don't trust French people.
They just don't, in general, trust beings that are two in one. That's just a general good rule of thumb.
That is generally the rule of thumb.
It sounds like some sort of like past-present type situation, but I'm not gonna worry about it yet.
That might be
Yeah.
a problem.
They more or
You're
less
lucky
sound
you
like
just got off with a finger. Normally they take, hearts and souls.
yeah, but like I was making a deal for information, so it was agreed upon.
Mm-hmm.
You really should be more careful around those things.
Yeah, it should be, but I kinda end up there every month, so not really of my choice.
Doesn't mean you have to make a deal.
Yeah, but I wanted to know why he
Guiding
was
is-
calling himself we,
Wanted
and
to
I
look cool.
got that information. More or less, this person has been along for the devastation of most of our kind, and more or less has been there through every traumatic event, from my understanding.
Wanted to be one of the cool kids.
Sounds like a fun existence.
Yeah, Edgelord Supreme.
So, that event is just something that happened at the end of last week. Move on to the new week. I believe I should... Do you guys want a quick little recap? I know we're pretty far in now, but just a little recap on why you're going to the north again.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, essentially, Samula, the ancient vampire from the Empire of the Crescent Moon, gave you guys gave the two vampires, Tom and Misaki, a little quest.
What's that?
Yeah, you were given the coordinates to some sort of... Yeah, you were given mysterious coordinates to somewhere within the northern region, and told that there you would find the sins of the remnants. She wanted to show you the enemy they are against, the enemy that you should be against.
Do I feel like it's gonna help her? Not at all.
But, I mean, she is an evil bitch, so...
Well, it doesn't help that one of her own subordinates just wants to stab her in the back already, so...
One?
And she fully knows that and wants it. She loves the idea of a challenge.
Spooky bitch.
As long as it's directed to her face. Backstabbing, she's not fond of.
Less fun.
So, that pretty much covers it. A very nice short summary of what's going on. You guys have been aboard the ship for the last 3 weeks, after all.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Some of us are probably going a little scurvy.
Probably not Airborne. I mean,
No.
basically born on a ship, after all.
Yeah.
We were merely molded by it.
Born on the
Boy,
ship,
just,
lived
you
on
know, the tireless work of, reining in the skeletons.
Aye, Captain Aranorn,
Aye.
we're running low on soap.
Stop eating it, you
Imagine he's saying with a mouthful of soap.
I just picture Todd just holding a bar with the bite out of it.
We're getting a little low on the soap. Coughs up bubbles.
You can just... Okay, so where that scar on Aranorn's face is, you can just watch a vein begin to pulse. And right through his neck, down his arms, like he is actively livid with you. Is it bad that actually accentuated my legitimate headache?
Well, yeah, you yell. What else would that do?
No, it was the fact he brought up the soap.
There you
I
put
might-
up in my presence.
I'm going to punch you tomorrow, I hope you know.
I'm making chicken Alfredo tomorrow, by the way, Kyle.
Anyway. Oh, speaking of said anchor, actually, is that still on the top deck?
No,
No,
you guys put it in your storage.
Okay.
It's locked in the storage. I remember I was very specific.
Yeah.
Ignore that.
I was gonna say, how did the...
Hard to make sure it doesn't get wet.
So,
Most assuredly.
you guys, if we're all good to go, I will actually get us started.
I think
Finally.
we're good to go.
So, you awaken in the early morning to the sound of Aaron over the ship's comm. Notification to all hands. We are passing through the northern wind wall, expecting moderate turbulence, so make sure to lock down loose items and grab onto the nearest bolted down object.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Nothing's.
Can I go make sure all of my tools and such don't, go all over the place?
In accordance, I'm gonna keep laying in bed.
Then hold on to Minnie so she doesn't go flying.
Yeah, sure.
More of a suggestion as outside would the winds begin to pick up. About a minute passes before the hull suddenly creaks and the floor.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the bridge.
Weird, something just happened. Now, you don't really even have the time.
Oh.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's can be heard in the background. That. The hull suddenly creaks and the floor vibrates. The room rocks back and forth. The rumble of the engines can be heard as they fight with the fierce winds buffeting the hulls. For those who have never left the boundaries of their region, the experience is terrifying. However, the veteran airmen know this is standard to crossing the great wind walls. Each creak, each groan of the ship, Another reminder that outside is a torrential force of nature that would send you flying if you weren't holding on to something. Minutes pass. And then, just as quickly as it came, it dies down. And the wind calms. Vibrations cease. The rocking dies out, and the engines return to a gentle hum. What do you guys do?
I'm going to go to the deck, upper deck, and scan around to see if there's any ships nearby other than ours with my spyglass.
Okay.
Exactly
Anybody
what
else?
I'm doing. Just staying in my room.
Is it day or nighttime?
Oh, it is clearly day, and in fact, you just have to look out the window. Do you do so?
Sure. I'm inside. The sun shouldn't bother me too much.
Okay. So, approaching the window, you find that your thought process was particularly poor.
Yeah, I know.
You are met with a blinding sun. And
You magically burst into flame.
a beautiful, clear blue sky, so sharp it's hard to believe. The sun rising ever so slowly as your skin begins to smoke and burn.
Anybody within 3 rooms of Tom's just hears him yelling.
Yes.
My skin! My face!
Maury,
Do we have smoke detectors on this ship?
I don't know. I don't know if you even go to your room most nights. Are you just back in the would-be armory turned morgue?
Yeah, probably.
You know, no windows, barely anything beyond the metal grating on the floor, and just surrounded by skeletons. Yeah. You heard the alert, but you had a chair of skeletons and armrests made of skeletons and belts made probably of human spine.
It's gotten to the point that Maury doesn't walk anymore. His skeletons just pick him up and walk him.
Yeah. That reminds you.
I-
but-
Her.
And oh,
Yeah.
I saw death. That's all you see when you see Maury is just death and an army of skeletons.
Vetra, it was a bit chaotic at the first bit, but after picking up your tools and things, you can also. What would you do now, as you are in your workshop?
Well, I'd probably try and gather what I can about the new environment.
Okay. So you also head perhaps to the bridge where the windows are, or do you try to go to the top deck?
I'd probably go up to the top deck.
Okay.
I feel like I'm about to eat a cannonball.
Aranorn, you're the first one out, and you are met with this beautiful, endless blue sky stretching out towards the horizon. Very few clouds, except for those in the high atmosphere. But the first thing you note is small snowflakes brushing past and a bitter cold.
I'm gonna kind of take a deep breath of the air and be like, I'm coming home.
I really want to ruin the movie, not going to find that there.
You say this and stare out towards the horizon. Schools of skyfish dart along the air currents. Few very recognizable to you. Well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Few recognizable to those who have lived in the warmer climates. Aranorn, and Tom, if you weren't rolling on the ground screaming in agony. You recognize a few of these, such as the Nimbo Piercer and Hail Bass. Maybe even a few traditional meals even pass by your thoughts as you see them swim amongst the clouds.
I was gonna say, good eating.
It is a beautiful day. What do you guys do?
Like I said, I was gonna see if there are any ships nearby that, other than ours, or anything out of the ordinary nearby, basically, with my spyglass.
Follow your spyglass and check the surroundings. At this time, I would say Ventura would have kind of rushed up here. Aranorn, would you mind giving me a perception roll?
Yeah. 16.
Okay. Scanning the horizon, you do actually see a few airships. One very large Class G. For a moment, you worry, but then you realize after studying it in more detail that it turns out to be some sort of merchant ship. Most of its space is used up for vast amounts of cargo.
Okay. Do I recognize it? Or any flags on it?
It's pretty damn far away.
Okay.
You can always attempt it, but it would be at a disadvantage.
That's fair. Rocky, get out my little dice roller, you goofy cat.
It's not long as you are sitting on the deck, sort of observing your surroundings with your spyglass. One of the bridge crewmen comes up and states, Admiral Aranorn, news
Hi.
from
Sorry.
Aaron. He waits for you.
What is it?
Aaron states it'll be another day before we reach the location marked. We are free in the meantime. He asked if you want him to prep anything in the meantime.
I'm gonna ponder for a second, and then I'm gonna say, ask him if his old informant group is still running in the area, and if they know of any attacks that have been happening in this area or near the location.
Can do. Anything else?
That should be all for now.
He gives a nod before turning back and leaving and entering back into the ship.
Is there a lot of snow coming?
There are definitely snowflakes falling through the air, and just a glance out the window in your nice, warm room, you can actually see it drifting past every so often.
Not that forcing my character in line to go outside.
Just
And there's-
grab Lonnie a bit closer to you.
What?
By the way, Lonnie did not wake up.
Oh. Lonnie was
Alright.
still asleep.
Fun times. I'm gonna go collect some snow and not tell anybody what I'm doing.
I already have a very, very clear idea of what I think you're doing and how this is gonna end.
I'm really true.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Tom walks to the upper deck, entirely encased, like cocooned into his blanket. Just like, It's cold.
was
I
gonna
hate
say
it
his
here.
entire
There's sun.
robe. Upon hearing this, Aragorn is gonna be like, well, maybe if you weren't a blood-sucking leech.
Jeez.
You chose this.
Vetra, how are you doing as you've just stepped out into this bitter, freezing cold?
I am standing there like an icicle.
I'm gonna ponder for a second and go, shit, we didn't buy any warm clothes for you, poor fuckers, did we?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a bit cold. I'm sure the mummy over there would like some day armor, though.
Like, I am dead. I can't feel anything, and yet I feel cold. What is this sorcery?
Welcome to
The north. Welcome to the north. I love how me and Cass said the same thing.
I'm not even from the north. I just visited.
Oh, Cass, you step outside and you didn't mention anything about getting any sort of warmer clothing, so you are just hit with bitter cold, which is especially bad towards you because
I'll be
you're
fine.
from the west, my dude.
I'll be fine.
You're used to the desert.
You're going-
Welcome to the cold.
You're going from like 100-degree weather to 10.
Negative.
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 Well, you see, I've come here with an objective. Can I try and collect like enough of these snowflakes to make a snowball?
Oh, no.
It's not falling that heavily yet. It's clearly just the
Start.
some little flurries flying down.
Shit.
Cass, I'm gonna roll a perception. Tell me what I need to figure out what you're doing, so I can give you an answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy, like a 15. I'm coming out with a super mischievous look.
Of course.
Which
Fuck
could
it,
honestly
I'll make it a
any-
12.
I don't know. You just kind of wandered outside, then suddenly looked disappointed, I'd imagine.
And
Just imagine
Aragorn instantly just goes, well, I know where this was going.
Cass walking out to the first snow of his life, super disappointed there isn't enough.
No, my character
By the
went
way,
all over. He's
Aaron, that would have been a
he's
detect
visited the north.
intent, not a
Oh, I
deception.
Oh, okay. Wait, what would it be? A detect intent under, anyway? Like, that would be under...
I believe there is actually. Let me take a look.
Because, like, with what I have, I don't actually have anything for that, so...
That would be an insight.
An insight? Okay. Damn, I
Yeah,
don't have
Insight,
any...
not perception.
My
I don't have
character,
anything extra in that.
you don't. Ooh, F. But yeah, my character visited everywhere briefly in his travels to murder things. So no, he's been here just briefly.
And
Yeah.
you probably hated every single millisecond of it. As,
Yep, I'm gonna act like I don't to seem cooler than I am now.
cooler.
Well, anyway, I rolled...
You got it.
He said a 12. I rolled an 11 plus 1, so I matched. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at him and say, we're gonna need to get a little farther in to get what you're looking for.
Then try faster.
I am not wasting gas on that.
Fuck.
Actually, it is. If I remember correctly, isn't it a lot easier to move through colder environments, vehicles and things? Because there's a lot less of the air pressure.
I mean,
I'm not-
technically speaking, the oil should be more compressed as well, so you should be able to store more, but that's a lot of meta.
You know, I'm not talking like cars. I'm talking like actual airplanes and things. If I remember correctly, it is actually a lot.
Well, cold air is heavier than hot air, so actually, most people prefer hot air for flying.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I haven't looked into flying anything. Anyway, let's move on. I'm getting caught up on that. Stupid things.
Oh shit. I'm going to bed then.
Try
So,
not to let it freeze off, lover boy.
Kill you.
You close the door behind you, and you're met with that burst of hot air, and you feel like, oh, thank God, thank the goddess.
I'll be fine when I turn into a bear.
Not till then.
I'm gonna go back down below deck.
All right.
You're just shivering on the deck for so long.
Winds are what I'm used to, not this.
I swear I hear more skeletons somewhere up here. Looks over. Oh, it's just your teeth.
I'm not gonna
You
ask
say that, and
anyway.
you see a skeleton arm already kind of waving from the distance, and then slowly put it down.
I'm like, how dare you disappoint the poor guy?
I'm not gonna accidentally wake her up when I go back in the room.
Oh no, you are immediately dragged back into bed.
I'm surprised she's not kicking him out for him being so cold.
You just left that out.
There's definitely a little bit of grumbling. I'll give you that much.
We're in the north now. I'll just say that.
Oh, cat.
Yeah?
Sleep is more important.
It's like pretty much.
Is it
As
like
she just
early
pulls
or
you
midday?
pulls you into her arms and just chooses not to get up that day.
Yes, I'm not.
For the rest of you, Maury, you're working down in the armory.
Where it's usually always cold.
In fact, if anything, you're probably the one most prepared besides Aranorn.
I'm used to the coldness of crypts.
Yeah, now you just don't need to acclimate the environment. Now you just open a window.
God, no.
What
I'm
window?
not gonna open a window in the armory.
There is no window.
Exactly.
You can make one. If you want, you can borrow one of my grenades. That'll make a window. Fucking make a door.
Absolutely the fuck not.
No, I'm not gonna put a hole in the airship. That's a bad idea.
Says who?
Says the
Aaron
guy who
will
will
whip my
murder
ass.
you.
You won't do that.
Meanwhile, as you are in the armory, moored place, you hear sloshing beneath your feet and see the familiar faces of your
Bob.
Blob.
companion.
Bobby Buble.
Had to make a very long pause between that statement.
Bobby, you doing alright in this weather?
You see an arm pop up from amongst the flesh, and it's the one that doesn't have any fingers but still has a thumb.
He does
Bob.
understand.
Which way is the hand pointing? Or thumb pointing, I should ask.
Oh, it just jams the thumb up between the grate.
Just randomly hears a crack as the thumb breaks.
Wait, is he intelligent enough to understand common?
Yeah. I mean, I converse with him.
He's smarter than a dog.
My guy, at this point, he's probably gained the sentience of a child.
Fuck yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, no, Bobby's pretty smart.
Yeah, if you pulled the night card, I would have actually made him that companion you can get, by the way.
Oh God.
Why is that terrifying to me?
That was immediately terrifying.
That sounds fucking awesome.
So, is anybody else doing anything before we move on to the next day?
Only when snow makes it, or at least enough to where I can get a snowball.
So it's been another week, correct? Since the
No,
hap-
it's
been about a
basically, it's been the 3 weeks, and this is the day after those 3
Gotcha.
weeks.
Tom's gonna see if he can make himself a coat with whatever fabric we might have lying around.
Give me a... We're going off your scavenging, so... We're saying you're scavenging, so,
Oh,
where do you search for this fabric?
hold up. Alright, I grabbed the dice.
Actually, Vex, how ready is the crew? I know they're all from the
George,
north,
you
but
asked. Well, actually, half of them are from the north. Well, more than that, actually. But, yeah, they are already draped out in winter gear. The ones who aren't, those being some of the ex-slaves and the reformed, I say in air quotes, criminals.
Newly reformed.
My kind of
They know
employees.
best not to do anything on this ship,
Yeah,
or they'll
definitely.
get fed to Bobby.
They'll join their brothers.
Anyway,
Either they join us or they join them.
Sorry,
Tom's gonna
the ones...
Those... search the laundromat area for anything.
There's actually no laundromat.
Oh, so people don't wash their clothes?
They probably just like use range. And...
Well, thankfully this is a world of magic and prestidigitation.
That's true.
Prestidigitation is
Yeah, the only time you're ever going to see a washing area for clothing, that is going to be either on a yacht class ship or that's just a fine luxury where even the mages just say, I don't want to do this today.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to waste a spell slot on this.
Prestidigitation's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Oh, is
you
it?
can cast as many times as you want.
Oh, so
The
I
mage
feel...
is just like,
Wait.
lazy.
That is next level lazy that I'm going to be so lazy I don't cast a cantrip, I do more work.
Oh no,
Honestly-
they're not doing the work. They're
Washington.
the crew are.
Get up then.
A specifically designated person of the crew is assigned to laundry person.
All right. Well, then I'm going to be raiding Aranorn's bunk.
Okay. Aranorn, you are outside observing the surroundings.
I forget who I'm bunking with.
Tom comes up in one of your coats.
I don't have any coats.
He's
I got
wearing his coat all the time.
I got a total of a 17.
I'm a fucking minotaur. I have
By the
a
way,
fur
you're
coat.
bunking with Vetra.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
What?
I heard something very different and then realized what you said.
That's what I heard too.
You're bunking with Vetra because the two vampires you figured might be better together.
Yeah.
Fucking with Rich.
I was gonna say, oh yes,
Boy.
I'm going to die for infidelity with the fucking artificer.
The artificer who has a list of scars and shit.
Remember who you talking to. My laundry list of scars
So,
is much bigger.
What'd you get in there? As,
I'm pretty sure mine is too.
Vetra, did you actually go back to your room or back to the storage?
Probably back to the storage to work on projects and whatnot.
What would happen
Yes.
if I tried to get out of the bed?
Oh, actually, wait. No. I will return to the room and read the Varian Bestiary.
Oh. Yeah, maybe you saw. I can see that because you saw all the strange creatures outside.
Oh.
As you are laying on your bed in the room, you hear the door open. You're not really paying attention, you're just reading the book, because you've heard Aranorn step in here numerous times now. In fact, you've seen a lot more of Aranorn than you'd like to see, I imagine, at this point.
Meat stick.
For in too many places.
You see
Yeah.
your gooch.
So, yeah, you just read the book. What did you get, Tom?
A total of a 17 on survival.
Okay, Mr. Blanket Man, as you managed to salvage some extra bedding, stuff that he probably wasn't going to use in the first place, like a
Fucking comforter.
yes. You didn't actually take his blanket proper, is all that's important. So you have enough cloth. You have plenty of cloth, actually.
Look, I think I even have some extra Minotaur fur in there for a little bit extra warmth.
Good grief.
The only thing keeping my character warm is leather armor and a cloak.
You'll always have a piece of Aragorn nearby to remember him by.
I'll just shave Aranorn's fur a little bit, and then, yeah, you've got a new hat.
Oh boy.
If y'all have the balls to try that, y'all have the balls to get thrown out a window.
You're talking to me, bro. I definitely will try that.
The day passes as, Tom, you work on whatever the hell you're doing.
What would happen if I tried to leave the bed to go grab some food or something?
I guess Mori does eventually step outside.
But not starve.
You'd have to give me a strength check each time you wanted to get out of bed.
Am I being held there?
Buddy,
It's
you find it
cold.
hard to breathe half of the time as you experience the most wonderful hell a man can feel. And also get randomly strangled at times too, but that's aside the point.
Jesus.
I rolled a 9.
So he's not going anywhere.
Not this round.
Yeah, considering... Oh my god.
She nat 20, didn't she?
No, but she's well over 20.
Good God.
I do like to know how simplified the grappling is now. Makes it a lot easier.
Oh, you're actually using that.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out. It's so much more simple.
Since I'm dying, can I make it a saving throw?
Oh, no, you're not... Go ahead. But I won't say you're going to instantly die or anything if you fail it.
11.
Nah, you're still stuck.
Yeah, you pass out.
I pass out.
She
Yeah,
strangles
said
you.
Hey, you asked for a saving throw to see if she kills you or not.
That was a joke.
You're being held by a monk right now, so I don't think it's a joke.
I don't see why she told me not to me.
One thing Mori is going to do
It's
is question
cold.
Aranorn on the legality of practicing necromancy in the north.
I guess the only other thing I could do is asking if I could go get some food.
Aranorn, your only response to that would be a laugh.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I'd probably laugh and say, you realize what lives here primarily, yes? Raiders, bandits, and brigands.
And now skeletons.
Listen, I'm trying to, ease the,
You hear a sloshing beneath your feet to kind of accentuate the point you're trying to make.
Fair enough. I was gonna let the skeletons wander to the deck, let them get out and, get some exercise. I know how stupid that sounds, but, they do get antsy being kept up.
They gotta work those muscles. They gotta work those trice.
Those joints.
Gotta work those
Otherwise
bones.
they get rigor mortis.
Gotta work those bones.
Would it work if I just asked to leave to go get some food?
They need to get some
You're
vitamin D.
stuck.
It's good for the skin. And
Aragorn, the least I could do is ask.
You're stuck, dude. You're
Plus,
stuck.
I've been teaching them to, refer to Aranorn as captain.
Convince
Uh,
her why she should let her space heater go.
Upon hearing, sorry, go ahead,
I'm
Cass.
I'm hungry.
And so are you.
I will bring back food.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, okay, I'm actually good at these.
Yes. Cass going on a hunt for him and his tribe.
24, my tribe.
And Lonnie's bonus is 23. Okay.
Ha!
She begrudgingly lets you leave her embrace. She is extremely discontent, though,
Discontent.
and
What does
giving
that
you the
mean?
most
Not content.
pouty look she can ever imagine you having on this literal warrior woman.
Hey, Vex.
Yes?
Is the snow starting to come down pretty good? Like I could make a snowball.
If you wait a few hours, then probably sure. You're on the
I
very
was-
outer edges of the.
I was more asking like how far we'd gotten this time, or if it'd only been a few minutes, basically.
Only been a few minutes, dude. Well, actually,
Okay.
I'd say maybe a few hours now. So, yeah, it's beginning to be a lot more pronounced. These snowflakes.
Is it bad that I want to say I'm like watching the snowfall and waiting for Cass to come out so I can pelt him with one?
Alright, I'll just tell her. Okay, that's adorable. Now, what food do you want to eat?
I want. She pauses and thinks for a moment again. Bacon.
Okay, I'll make it done.
She throws a thumbs up before immediately wrapping herself in the blanket even tighter.
Okay, next thing next, gonna walk out to over here and go see if there's enough snow.
Good grief.
No, just fucking kidding. We're gonna grab some food. I'm not ready to die yet.
Okay. I'll say you take. Maybe you glance out the front doors that your room is actually here.
Sure. I'm not gonna walk out there.
You just take a little glance outside quickly as opening the door and freezing wind blasts your face in that meantime before pulling back and oh my god, the music just suddenly got really goddamn loud. Anyway, blast your face before retreating backwards, shivering violently, possibly, and then rushing back downstairs. Well, back down the stairs to go to the galley.
Bacon. Give it.
Bacon. The quest to get bacon is soon concluded. You have a warm meal in your hands, and glancing out the window, you can already see frost building up on the edges.
I'll just start planning my attack.
You're planning your what? Sorry?
Planning my attack.
You're braced with fine equipment such as a little. What's that little table you get whenever you're in like a hospital or something, where they put it over your stomach,
Right.
allowing you to eat from
That's
bed? Yeah, not necessarily a tray, but it's like the actual little table thing you put over you. Is that still called a tray?
I don't fucking know. I just know
A
the one that
bed
you
tray.
Curious.
Bed tray. Yeah, we'll just call it bed tray. You've equipped yourself with that. Some nice little bit of juice and
And
maybe even a last bit of the ship's supply of fruit, as that's all about to go bad.
might as well be healthy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get up.
and any amount of alcohol will work. Gotta keep up my reputation here.
You grab a bottle of the finest whiskey that's not already been consumed, and you make your way upstairs, back up the top deck.
Just walk in and say, "Wake up, food." It's not an option, and then I'll just put it on the bed. Your choice is unlimited here.
Why must I suffer so?
A paladin.
Oh no!
I'll say with a shit-eating grin.
You know, she throws you that little punch that you do onto the arm. Whenever you're kidding, but it actually hurts a bit. Just a little bit.
I could tell you didn't like that joke.
The problem is, it's not a
Genuinely-
joke.
She looks genuinely confused for a few moments before giving a light smile. Oh no, it was funny.
Ah, shit.
I just didn't hold back.
Then how is his arm broken?
I'm getting very mixed signals here, but alright. Anyways, I'll just say, you can have all that. This is mine. I'll just grab a piece of fruit and the fucking whiskey.
If you're expecting any sort of elegance from her, that is out the window as she scarfs it down immediately.
I wasn't expecting that at all, no.
I figured. I just still find it funny that she's supposed to be a noble.
Well, you know, the best nobles are the ones that act like us commoners.
Then I'm just going to drink the whiskey and eat the fruits. A champion's breakfast.
Oh no, you are definitely having to pass the flask over every so often between you two.
Saw that coming.
Alright.
By the way, Vex, since I am, Minotaur, don't care about the cold so much, I will also be making sure that the crew that doesn't have very much in the form of warm winter clothing will be regularly switching out and going into the heated spaces so they don't get frostbite and shit.
That's what I was actually going to say earlier. You actually notice that the crew that are from the north tend to make fun of those who aren't because they thought they had the proper gear, and then they arrived here and ended up a
Realized
shivering
they-
mess.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But yeah, they eventually do get the proper gear. It's just a little bit of hazing from the northerners.
To end this whole thing with me, I'm just going to say, when we actually get there, you're going to have to let me go, you know?
Then I better take every little opportunity I can.
No,
Is it bad that I just imagined this brunette with like super, super bad bedhead munching on a piece of bacon saying that and immediately dragging him into the bed?
I don't even remember what she looks like.
Don't tell her that!
You mean out of fucking character.
Yeah, I need to. If you want, you can find some art. I kind of have a picture in my head. I'd like to see what you imagine her she looks like first, though.
I remember you posting one about her.
If I search deep enough into my files, I can probably find a picture that you sent me.
Yeah.
That wasn't hard at all. I just searched their name.
Ah. Well, let's see what the image was.
That's the wrong one.
I'm sorry, what did you find?
Oh no, it's a dark elf. I just got their names wrong and put both of them at the same time.
Oh, that's a
Mini.
Mula.
Poor Minnie.
I'm just gonna send this to my private server, see if this is actually the right one.
I forgot in details I have Vetra's hair is porpoise gray.
Porpoise gray, what the fuck is that?
It's an actual color, and her eye color is
moving on,
periwinkle. Sorry.
I can't find the picture.
Yeah, we'll get moving on then. So, with that, the day passes and the next afternoon, in the distance, as you look out the window, Arnorn, with your spyglass, a chain of shard isles appear. Maybe you throw a glance to your navigator, maybe you don't, but there's a sound of confirmation as Sir, what's his name? Ah, yes. Omnis gives a bellowing land ahead.
Quick question out of character, Vex. Am I still on the top deck, or am I in the cabin when that was shouted?
I would say probably in the cabin.
Okay.
Well, bridge, but whichever which.
I don't know if they're going to be paying attention, but my ears are going to noticeably, kind of close around my head to, try and make it not so bad.
I found the picture that you sent like months ago.
Too bad. I was kind of hoping to see what your actual internal image of it was.
That's the
I
picture.
guess.
It's pretty
Her hair
much
is dark
just
of
that. It's pretty much just that with minor differences.
So, what was I going to say? Ah, yes. Anyway, for each of you nearby a window that's not Tom, because Tom covered his windows up with black paint, I
Linkage.
imagine, by this point. You see a long string of floating aisles, each massive, each one larger than the last. Little spatterings of smaller floating rocks sort of drift around them every few. Oh god. I lost my description again. Yeah. So they're surrounded by little drifting rocks that prove a bit of a hazard, but Aaron is quick to make sure the ship is pulled above the line. Is that? The surface of the isles are covered in dense patches of trees, long, very tall pine. It is a isle full of nothing but nature, which even looks more beautiful with this kind of heavily falling snow scattered against the window as you look out. Aaron looks over towards you, Aragorn, and states simply, "Yeah, looks like the place. No other isles around here."
All right. Find us somewhere to dock.
Aye, aye. He'd have you and your party check out and see if they find anything from up high while we fly over. We'll do us a favor. Might spot something we miss.
So he's out of character. He's basically saying we could take the Stormborer and do a scouting run or something.
Yeah, that or just do a general perception on the isle. Each of you could.
Could do that.
Will the Cloudhopper be affected in this conditions?
No. It will be effective, so... But it will not be affected, I mean.
Also a viable option, just to put it out there.
I was thinking the same thing. We could have
You can always
you-
launch it from, or off of an island at least.
Well, we could launch it off the davit on the ship, easy enough.
Ah, yeah, I forgot we debited it.
Yeah, so...
I thought we were still Russian nesting dolling our ships.
No. Thick shiny boat has been flying off to our side the whole time.
You're a small fleet.
I'm for sure, I personally am going to go ahead and jump on the Stormborer with a small number of the crew to start a scouting run, and I'll suggest that if Vetra wants to, she can take her Cloudhopper and do that, and then I'll tell you guys if they want to come they can, or they can just stay here.
Uh-huh. There's a spot on my ship.
I think I just need to clarify earlier. What I meant by these small rocks floating around, that is essentially making it difficult to approach the ship with a larger... I mean, not the ship, the isle with a larger ship.
Okay, so it basically try and find a easier way for the Crimson Delight to get closer.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll start getting ready to depart to do that.
Is the rest of the party joining them on the ship?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll join him in my brand new cloak that I made out of his bed card.
My lack of listening is really affecting the share.
Vetra, are you joining?
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
what's going on?
Maury, will you be
Uh,
joining as well?
Wait, what are we doing here?
Essentially, you guys are scouting ahead with the Stormboard.
Nah, I'm gonna stay on this ship.
Okay. Well, then, continuing on, as you guys set up and get the Stormboar's engines all warmed up, Davit lifts up and moves the Stormbore over the side and lets go. A brief moment, there's that dropping sensation before the engines fully kick in and the props
Begin.
props not begin spinning. They're already spinning up. It's just they were already spinning up. It's just that they balance the plane. Stabilize, that's the word I was looking for. They stabilize Stormbore, and you guys are free to explore or free to scout. So, you are in the Stormbore, Eleanor.
Mm-hmm.
Want to ask, what's your plan to attack? How do you want to move this? Gonna keep it close to the Isle, or are you gonna just sail over it? Like
I was gonna say I was going to go up. I was gonna try and get above it to get a more of a bird's eye view of the area to see if there was like a spot where there were less rocks or a place where basically it'd be easier to navigate or anything like that.
Okay. We'll say you guys spend about an hour scouting this. Give me a perception.
From each of us, or just
Too
one
bad our
person?
guy with
What?
Nothing.
Well, each person can do it. We'll go off the highest one.
Maury's distracted.
Maury's distracted.
Maury got a 5.
Oh wow. Aranorn got a total of a 15, or sorry, a 19.
Oh, you
nice.
you beat me by 1.
Okay. So, Aranorn, as you keep an eye out on the surroundings, you note pretty quickly there is no real way to pull in a big ship like the Crimson Delight. It is just too large.
Okay.
There's no safe path, I mean.
Yeah, I gotcha.
A shiny boat would be about the largest you could possibly get in through a safe route without having really go crazy on your turns.
I'm making dinner right now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So if we're still hungry later.
Very cold.
So, as you are scouting and exploring, you do note something of real interest, however.
Oh.
There's smoke rising from one of the more medium-sized isles.
Interesting.
Well,
What do you
I
do?
think we found our commotion.
I was actually about to say, considering Cass didn't come with us, I was about to say, I'm going to start steering the ship towards that and direct the other 2 ships to staying outside the kind of rock cover, kind of go to more or less the same area.
So what are you doing then, if that's not what you're doing?
Do we want to ditch Cass, or do we want to go pick up Cass and then go?
What?
We can pick up Cass.
How
Not your
needed
fucking
am I
shit.
for this? I'm drifting in and out, fucking talking to someone on my phone, but I keep hearing my name.
Okay, so you're okay. We'll just go then. If Cass is kind of starting to fall asleep and his
No, I'm not falling asleep. I'm just talking. to
Besides, I don't think we'll be able to get him away from his girlfriend.
Nah, if you need my help, I'll help. I'm about to wrap this phone call up. I just haven't
So,
really heard.
as you fly the ship As you move the ship in towards the rising smoke, you hear a voice. A booming tone that seems to push itself into your head.
Ah.
You are entering restricted airspace. Please, turn your vessel around and leave the vicinity.
This again.
It's vaguely familiar.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, this again?
I'm gonna have a very similar. I'm gonna pull a face that's basically similar to that, and it's just like I'm gonna look at the crew, and it's like, do we just go in? Do we
Maybe
shoot
we'll
some?
specify exactly, because some people might not get it. What you're referring to.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just like when I first joined.
Yeah, exactly.
So more or less, yeah, we ended up in an encounter where there was a island, quote unquote island.
Giant metal cage.
Yeah, and there was a giant airship above it that more or less repeated a very, very similar message. And later on, we got tattled on by some people that were later removed from power, to our knowledge.
Possibly, thanks to our prior shenanigans before we left. Actually, since we've noticed this, do I see any massive airships anywhere?
Yeah, give me a perception.
Yeah.
22.
Any large clouds around?
Looking
Unusual
around,
clouds.
you are pretty sure you don't see anything. Nothing at all.
Wow, with a 22?
I mean, could not be anything in the environment, right?
Are we above the
Hello,
island
and
or
welcome
near
to
the
stream.
island?
How are you guys
You are
doing
above
today?
the island, sailing over it towards this smoke pillar.
Hmm.
So there's nothing in the sky above us that we can see.
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
I don't
How about
like
below
that, I'm
us?
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Hey, give me another perception roll.
Oh, there's no way this is going to be as good. I was wrong. It was better. 23. I rolled an 18, then a 19.
You thought you saw some movement down there, but it was
How far?
fast
Fast.
and disappeared almost immediately amongst the thick cover of trees.
So on land?
Yeah, it's on land.
Okay.
Well, it's on the island that doesn't have the smoke pillar.
No, it's you guys are over the isle with the smoke pillar.
It's a
Okay.
big isle, but yeah, it's somewhere within the land before the smoke pile.
Should we land?
I was wondering the same thing, but at the same time, before we started that, can I see any noticeable, like, spots where there could be basically anti-ship guns? Or any type of, like, encampment?
What'd you get again?
That last one was a 23.
I'll say you did not immediately notice any emplacements on the ground. It's just
And-
dense forest. Winter forest
Okay.
beneath you.
No made structures of any sorts within sight?
There might be something ahead near the smoke pillar. It is set against a tall mountain.
Can I see a decent clearing to land the Stormbore, since the Stormbore is capable of landing on its own?
You would have to pull the ship in closer, as there is no real nearby clearing.
Gotcha.
I should describe this isle a bit more. So, this medium-sized shard isle, it's got a central mountain on it. And that is the one where, this is where you're seeing the smoke pillar nearby.
Gotcha. One quick thing, that can I still feel like a presence in my head at all, or do I feel like I could communicate with this whatever sent that message?
You do not feel any continuing presence.
Okay.
It appeared and then disappeared just as quickly.
See, there's nothing in sight, so my helm of telepathy won't work, and that's annoying.
How far down is it?
I was about to say the same thing.
Well, you say you were flying above the isle, so I'd say... maybe 200 feet, 300 feet, between that range.
I can make it.
I'm trying to think, like, what's the average?
This is Tom looking over at Aranorn, just going, I can make that jump.
Height of...
I'm gonna look at you and verbally say, "Can you fly all of a sudden?"
Yes.
Is it bad that right there I contemplated grabbing him by the scruff and throwing him?
No, I'm sorry. 500 feet.
Oh, that makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah, I can make it. I have to time it well, but I can make it.
I will say, Aranorn did note movement down there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're good, maybe a mile or so off from this pillar. Smoke.
Okay. And I need to go farther inland to find anywhere to land?
I'm pretty sure so.
One moment. What does the party think while I'm looking for a specific thing on my character?
What do you guys think?
All right.
Like, should we go farther in? Should we just look for a place to land? Or I'm pretty sure me and Tom specifically could drop at least 60 feet and take 0 damage. I know for sure I can.
I think it may be a good idea to land, but it's not necessary.
Is there anywhere that we can land within eyesight?
If I hybrid,
that would be one of the major determining things. If we can't see anywhere to land, it'd be quicker to get down there to just jump. I'm also being told to jump by Mad King.
yeah, if I hybrid form, I can do that.
Then give me a perception.
All of us, or just one of us?
Whoever's looking for a clearing, or just some sort of space where they might be able to touch down.
Oh, wow, nice. Another 19 on a different die. So another 23 for me. Since I figure I'm probably, like, looking for that and manning the helm.
I'd say you're probably going to stick to manning the helm, because there are floating rocks everywhere.
This is true. But at the same time, a good helmsman always looks for the best path somewhere.
Yeah. Helmsman also isn't trying to land the ship. Well, flying. Tom, give me what you got.
I got a total of 18.
Okay, so studying the region, you do see a break in the tree line. Well, it is nearer the mountain. It is not nearly as close as is far enough away from the smoke pillar where you could conceivably avoid direct confrontation with whatever this warning force is.
Mm. Do you tell me about this, Tom?
I do point it out because there's no reason why I wouldn't point it out.
Okay. So, what do you do, Arnold? Do you go back to the ship, pick up Cass? Do you go to this clearing? Or do you maybe just say screw it and go for the smoke pillar?
Or forget any of this ever happened.
Well, I'm
just
not
leave?
doing that because we have to be here.
Yeah.
Is it bad I really want to tell... Well, actually, Vetra? Question.
Yeah.
Does your cloud hopper require a key that only you have?
You do have the only key for it.
God damn it. Never mind on that. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to call Tick Shiny Boat since I know they can get in here.
Okay.
Hi, boss.
What?
What's up?
I'm gonna tell them to pick up Cass and
Make him
bring
make rolls.
him to my location, and I'm going to go ahead and land the ship in that clearing.
You know what would be funny? Hey, Vex, make them make rolls
Or
to get me out of bed.
okay.
That
I'll
was,
do that a few
Necronomicon.
times as you move the ship over towards the clearing, and you see that it is a lake, a frozen over lake, in fact.
That sounds risky.
Sounds perfect. We're a giant ship.
With a giant anchor on it.
No,
Oh, that's
we are
the-
not.
Oh, wrong ship, right. Yo, let's bring the anchor.
No.
I don't hear any objections.
We're trying
you're
to sink
not-
the Shard Island?
Cass can't get to the anchor anyway, so...
True enough.
You guys,
Fuck you. Just drop the fucking island underneath the pirates.
Clear the smoke out real quick.
okay, so as you are setting the craft down, Mr. Cass, you are treated to a show of kobolds trying to fight off a rather grumpy, rather very grumpy guild employee. None of them got below and well, none of them got anywhere near her rolls, of course. Until the last one finally got a 19 and managed to get her to back off enough to allow them to take you out of the room in a rush.
I'm just I'll eat that.
She gives a bit of a nod, pouting as she goes back into her room.
It's been
I'll have-
fucking worth it.
I'll have to apologize to Lonnie later.
Apologizing to me too, motherfucker. I don't have any fucking clothing for this. I mean, it's livable if I go hybrid, but I'm waiting to use that.
Well, no, you do have some standardized winter gear. Like, it's very basic. It's not going to save you in a blizzard, but it's at least going to protect you from the cold.
Then you still better apologize because you told me we're from two very comfortable things, motherfucker.
I'm not doing shit because we need your sniper rifle.
And that's all you need me for?
Worse than
Sniper
this
rifle is very
ankle.
loose, as it's just a black powder rifle with a scope on it.
I mean,
Yes, you could get the
if you want to stay here that bad, I'll take your sniper rifle.
Fuck you, I'm going. I have a list of how much I trust each of you with my stuff.
I hope I'm high on that list.
You're fucking, like, near the bottom. Like, I would give you, like, pistol ammo. That's the most I'll give you.
Well, no,
Not a pistol,
he-
just the
without
ammo.
The rest of us, he
Yeah.
wouldn't have that sniper.
You arrive at the Isle, Cass, and they let you down. Before immediately pulling up, you notice that the kobolds are not good in this environment whatsoever. They are shivering constantly, and they are covered in every amount of clothing they could possibly imagine.
You guys will
Some
be
of it-
fine.
You're pretty sure was yanked from the Crimson Delights storage, but nobody stopped them.
As I'm leaving, I'll just say, you guys will be fine. I'm from the West. I know this.
They give a brave look and a shivering and shaking nod. So, as you step down off the gangway and onto the frozen ice field, ahead of you is Aranorn and the rest of the party.
I left. There are some crew with the Stormboard, yes.
Yeah, they are ready to take the ship up whenever need be.
Okay. I'm gonna tell them to wait for my signal, otherwise make sure nobody but us try and get on the ship.
Hi, boss! There are
Very-
only 3 people on the Stormboard, by the way.
Okay.
Enough to skeleton manage the crew, but nothing really too advanced.
Very grumbling, annoyed. I'll just tell you to explain yourself.
I'm gonna look at him and say, remember that job that got us into a tiff with Galanor?
Which one?
The one with the floating steel cage and the
that
classy. We're looking at a repeat, possibly,
asshole. Yeah, but we
but I
don't.
can't.
Why?
But I can't find a ship, so
I'll help you out.
and then I'm gonna point to the mountain we're headed to and say, "That's our destination."
Oh, by the
So-
way, Lonnie's gonna kill you. You can figure out how you're gonna deal with that, and then I'll just start walking.
Cass begins to walk towards the mountain. It's a long trek through dense tree cover, through dense forest, I mean. What do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna also start walking that way.
Okay. I assume the rest of the party's the same?
I will do the same, sticking in the middle as I have my protector ballista.
Just realized, what happened to Tom?
Tom's here.
Oh. Why do we send down one person?
Maury hasn't been talking, but beyond
Ah,
We lost
okay.
our listener.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're down a person. Okay.
Tom
Maury?
is currently
Yep.
wearing his
You
blanket
joining us?
inside of the clothing he has on.
that.
By the way, you do have a free slot up for your support character. Who do you bring with you? Not necessarily. You got Meech, Urki, Kraxus still.
Will
Or-
Craxus be joining us, though? Given we don't have her keeper.
Father.
You don't have her best servant.
But she'll
We'll still
still
join
settle
you.
for, and
Okay.
she'd technically settle for Aranorn, but
Do you think I could bribe Urki with some alcohol?
no.
No, he's made a vow of
His whole ass taking a vow of celibacy.
You could try something sexual.
No, that would definitely not work.
He's
Uh,
more or less made a vow to give up all humanly pleasures.
And he's failed.
Because of
Humanly
what
pleasures.
our party has
Got
done
it.
to
So
him.
Tom has just the thing.
Oh god.
Okay, so once again, who are you bringing with you?
Do we want to bring? Hey, Maury, do you want to bring your favorite little flesh servant?
Bring Bob.
Say what?
Are we
Yeah,
not
they-
worried about frozen chunks?
Everyone keeps talking over Kate. I can hear him.
He's talking to him.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I'll describe the journey across through the forest. It is a rather arduous trek, having to work. There's no real
What was the
trails or paths to this woodlands. They're asking, do you want to bring Mr. Blob along, or do you want to bring someone else along?
Bring someone else along. I don't think I'd be able to get him out of the fucking, interfolds of the ship.
Yeah, that's a good point. You'd have to land the ship to get him out.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Beach has ignore damage for 4 times.
Meech does?
He has dodge roll, which is effectively just if he takes damage, he says no and dodges out of it.
Do we want to bring the kobold with us in a very cold environment? It's up to you.
The Craxus may enjoy the cold more, is what I was going to say as well.
Pretty bad.
Given it's her natural element.
Alright, I guess we can go ahead and bring Craxus.
Okay, you guys bring the small little dragonling along with you. She is not pleased whatsoever, but accepts it as a good chance to get out of the ship for a while.
Is she riding on anybody's shoulder, or is she just kind of flying and prancing about?
Well, as there's no real risk of discovery here, she is back in her dragon form, flying to and fro and moving amongst the trees with a sort of natural grace that is almost cat-like in nature. Just realized, why is the music not playing? Dang you, bot!
I was gonna say, where'd the bot go?
That's what I was missing. So, light snow falls around you from all angles. And it's a hard trek. There is no two ways about it. But it's one you do get through eventually. Arriving on the outskirts of the mountain.
I figure my companions are probably actually having a worse time of it than I am.
Perhaps. Would you like to make me a perception check?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Am I blind? I am not blind. I got a 19.
You swear you are being followed.
How deep is the snow?
Oh, it's well past your ankle.
So we're obviously making tracks.
Yes.
I'm going to do a call to Craxus and then in Draconic say, someone's following us. Mind flushing them out?
He gives a very malicious smirk with her dragon lips. Yeah, dragon lips, why not? Only if you don't mind me turning them into, what do you mortals call it? Ah, yes. A popsicle? That's the right word, right?
Sure, just let me question them first. I'll even help you do it.
Very well. And she jumps off a nearby branch and sails out. She does not come back.
No, okay, now I'm gonna go investigate that. I am not okay with that.
Give me a perception roll.
Tom is too busy shivering, going, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. What is this white powder?
What is this white powder? Oh, my friend, snow.
Is this what you used to make soap?
No.
Why is it mine?
There's a
There we go.
21.
21?
Yes. 21.
After minutes and minutes of searching, you do not find anything.
Does
You
the,
return back to the party empty-handed.
does the Lantern of Revealing reveal anything?
You shine it around, and sadly, no, you do not discover it.
Tom hisses when it passes over him.
Ah, yeah, no, that it's not a pleasant sensation. That's for damn sure.
For Tom?
Yep.
Why?
For no real reason than I enjoy causing Tom pain. Anyway.
Gee, thank you, DM.
Fair enough.
You're welcome, the DM says with a thumbs up.
Tom takes a bite of snow.
That's cold! I'm gonna pull up my hood on the Cloak of Elven Client. Client, yes.
Client.
Elven
I'm gonna call our good friend Cass, since he's way better at being perceptive than I am and has advantage in it, to also try and look for the little dragonling.
Sure. Give me a second now. I'm here. I'm reading something in my sheet.
Rocky, who the hell clawed you?
Blah 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 blah. Someone edited my sheet. But blah 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 blah.
How about you roll first and see what you just get? Dice roll one.
Oh no, I was trying to find something else that could give me double, but it doesn't work on dragons, unfortunately. Do you want to use perception?
Yes.
25, but what kind of perception?
Sight-based.
Yeah, it's still 25. It's just the outcome. They all do the same thing.
You saw, amongst the trees, a flash of purple.
Just nudge Aranor to nod in the direction.
I use Detect Magic.
Yes.
Do I see anything?
You see strange flows in the air. Mixes of conjuration, divinity, even a little bit of necromancy. It's almost like you're seeing whiffs of magic. Something is not right.
Can I listen out? Just kind of tell everybody to shut up while we're walking, and I just listen.
Hey, War,
Listening?
Yeah.
enjoy your gift.
You want me to actually do this?
You're doing a sound-based perception.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
23. Aha.
You hear whispers.
Actually.
Can I make out what they're saying? Because animal hearing.
You. How do I say this? Okay. You can definitely tell they're speaking and saying words, but they don't sound right. There's something off about the words you're hearing. It doesn't sound like a. It sounds like a language, but at the same time, it seems wrong.
So it's in no languages I know.
It's
I
thieves'
don't know if I'd
can't.
say that. Yeah. I said I don't know if I could say that.
No.
How blunt do you guys want me to be with this to the rest of you? Because I can try and make it settled, but they're watching me, so they'll notice that. Or I can just, say it.
Can I smell anyone, Vex?
I was about to try that.
Yeah, go ahead. A scent-based perception. You guys are standing in one place, though. Are you sure you want to be doing that?
Tom,
Directions the
We're
wind
doing
going
sense.
in.
Yeah, we should keep moving.
Tom smells like
Yeah.
soap and Minotaur.
Jesus.
Yeah, what direction is the wind moving in?
The wind
Like-
is
like
moving
in Country
away
Code
from the
Group.
mountain.
Alright, I'm gonna get in the front of the group then if I'm not already there, and then start trying to smell for them.
Also, Tom, can you actually cast that?
Yes.
Dirty
To
20.
get to this facility, or wherever this smoke is coming from, let's call it facility since that's the first word that came to my head. Do you want to? Well, you have to go around the mountain. You are at the base of the mountain right now.
Is there anywhere I could possibly use my grapple?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna try to climb the mountain, sure, but
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't.
So,
It would be only you doing it. It's mostly very sheer cliffs, the kind that make it almost impossible to traverse. Well, sheer and icy cliffs, mind you.
so better to just walk around, kind of deal, or find a path.
If it were more than just Vetra ahead, I would suggest it, but if it's just Vetra and going alone, that might not go well. Up to you, though.
Let's see.
That's not good suggestions. This bow might itself.
Give me a rope. I have an arrow. I can shoot a arrow into the cliff. Just use that to climb up. Right? That's how they do it in the movies.
Nah, you gotta take an arrow in both of your hands and just climb it up. Just full forearm style.
Yeah.
You got this.
You gotta cut the balls, it's that simple.
Tie some daggers to the bottom of my feet so I can kick my feet into the ice too.
Yeah.
That sounds dangerously close to
Yes.
a gadget that I had already before. What's up?
One word is whispered repeatedly. You're pretty sure it's a word.
What tone are they saying it in, other than whispered?
There is no definitive tone, it's just a very monotonous word repeated over and over and over. But like I said, there is something wrong with this word. You know it's a language, and you almost think you recognize it, but it just doesn't sound right.
You guys trust me.
Of course I do.
What
You're
are
my
you gonna
teammate.
do?
You would never do anything to kill us.
As you say this, it begins repeating the word faster and faster.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna kind of like look over my shoulder and say, "Can you shut the fuck up for a second? Hey guys, do you trust me?"
And as you say that, everyone in the party hears it say this word one time, very loud.
What is the word?
Bird.
Eid. It is Eid. Over and over is what they've been saying. Eid.
What language is it from?
You do not recognize any language that would have that strange word. Like I said,
None
it
of
doesn't
us?
sound right.
I think they lost their lips, so they can't say the F.
Yeah. Oh no. Hey Vex. I'm going to dash 10 feet and then do basically a running high jump. So I can try and get a bird's eye view of what's going on.
I'm gonna follow him.
Sure, I guess.
Well, so the reason I'm going this
Oh, by the way,
route
there's
is
rumbling.
there's rumbling. Oh no. Also,
Yeah,
the
grab
reason I'm
hold.
doing it like this is because a certain somebody decided to cast a certain jump increasing spell on me.
Yeah. So what's your
Okay.
what's your current strength?
An 18.
So you're getting an extra 12 feet there, straight up.
I'm gonna
No,
prep.
you do this jump. Am I correct in this? You're doing this jump as you're hearing this rumbling?
Yeah.
You jump.
Before he does it, can I prep again? In case they do something dangerous.
I'm pretty sure we're about to get hit by an avalanche, dipshit.
Your mom.
You would be correct in that assumption, as when you sail high into the air, you see a wall of snow coming down the mountain straight towards your position.
I'm gonna. All they're gonna hear is, "God fucking damn it, son of a bitch, Kaz, you moron!"
Well, it's just gonna happen anyways. I'm just accelerating the process.
Yes. If my last words were to be anything, it would be insulting Cass.
I don't see how this is my fault. It's better it happens now than when it's like really dangerous.
I never said it was your fault.
No, he did.
Oh, by the way, it's the word actually sounds like I'd. I'd. I'd.
Hide, fucking hide.
I'd.
Alright, I'm just gonna just look more annoyed and then just start taking off to like the side of it instead of doing that stupid thing in movies where they're running in the exact direction of it.
Okay.
Is there a cave anywhere nearby?
Give me a perception check as, that is definitely coming quick.
18.
Oh, 18. As you are slowly falling, I guess, actually no, you're not slowly, that's not better.
Oh no, I have a feature that I can drop 60 feet straight down and I will be slowed or somewhat slowed, and I won't take any damage as I fall.
Okay. Doop.
You said it was in a language that none of us understood, or didn't sound correct, at least.
All down towards you. What'd you get again, Aranor?
An 18.
Oh, you do spot a cliff, an overhanging cliff ahead of you, maybe 120 feet away. As the rest of you are now beginning to see this terrifying wall of snow coming at you.
I'm going to point to that and say, "Run for all you're worth."
Yeah, sounds about right. Fuck the north and then I'll start taking off.
Okay.
After seeing that, I'm gonna start running too.
How close is the cliff that Aranor jumped up?
Sorry, what? Maury?
How tall was the cliff Aranor jumped up?
Oh, I'm not on the cliff. I'm falling back to the ground next to y'all.
Yep.
Okay.
So, there's now a mad sprint towards the edge of the cliff. Bits of snow and debris are already starting to impact on the ground around you. Please, give me a dex save.
Oh, I have advantage on these. Yay!
Same.
I don't get advantage, but I have high dex.
25.
Oh, I'm fine. I have 24.
Got a 16.
I got a 19.
If
Okay.
anybody fails, can I
Maury,
help
you
them?
managed to dodge out of the way just as a large piece of rock strikes the ground nearby you, carrying with it a bit of snow and bits of tree. No, you guys all move ahead. Not too far away from it now. Please give me another dex save as part of the terrain begins to.
Does that do anything for me?
Collapse. It's getting covered. No, I wasn't looking at the board. Sorry, what did you get?
I got a nat 20.
Ah, yes, good.
I got a dirty 20.
I got an 18.
I also got a dirty 20.
If anybody fails, can I go back to help them?
Well, evidently you're gonna have to. I rolled a net 1.
Oh, hey, it's just like that one time with the ghouls and stuff.
It's funny because I still got an 8, even with a nat 1.
Your foot catches on a piece on a tangled bit of root, and you stumble. You nearly fall to the ground, but Cass, give me I'll say a dex save to grab them up, help them.
23.
Okay.
Nuts.
You grab onto Vetra and lift her up just before she can hit the ground. You two are a bit slower than the rest. The rest are just about to reach it. The last two of you, Aranorn, Mori, and Tom, give me another dex save. Tom, you are literally at the cave mouth right now.
I love having advantage on all decks. Stuff.
23.
Okay.
Another non-nat 20.
I got a 15. If that doesn't work, I've got 30 feet of Misty Step.
You guys each make it in time, getting below the overhang just as the bits of snow are already beginning to block out vision. Cass and Vetra, bits of snow and debris are beginning to rain around you now. Give me another dex save as you are trying desperately to get to this overhang.
20.
Okay. Vetra?
15.
Okay. Cass, you rush forward and jump into the overhang and kind of come in arms with everyone. Vetra, just as the massive amount of snow begins to impact the ground around you, you leap forward and right into the arms of the party. Just in time as everything gets blinded by this falling snow. The ground rumbles around you and you just are essentially watching the terrain shifting under the impressive weight of this avalanche.
I hoped.
I'm gonna look at the party and say, I'm getting deja vu from 2 jobs now.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than just running away from shit sometimes.
So, does that white stuff have a mind of its own? Is it alive?
Not mine.
No, demon.
You're from the north,
I am? I thought I was from the
Yes.
Underdark.
which is in the north.
Oh.
Well, it has the largest pockets in the north, I mean.
I don't think I ever specified, like, north, or we ever specified, like, north, south, east,
Oh,
west.
no, I did, actually.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a small footnote, so it's not surprised. I asked if you were going to... And, no, it doesn't matter. A close call for sure, everyone.
Hey.
Soon enough, the avalanche is died out, and it looks at least safe enough to leave this kind of overhang. What do you all do?
Well, what's in here?
Bodies of dead adventurers.
Not much in here. There's some minor overgrowth, a few cross plants, and various anything that can really kind of grow in a shady environment. It's pretty much here.
Are we
A
able to
shady,
call
freezing
somebody?
environment. Sorry, what?
Are we able to call somebody from here?
Yeah, as long as you have your sending phones.
I'm gonna call Lonnie.
Are any of these plants poisonous?
Cass, you get a groggy voice on the other side that asks, "What the hell you want?"
Two things. Hey, how's the bed treating you? It's really cold out here.
She describes it as simply divine. For stating, what's the other?
Oh, hey, so there's an avalanche that's like directly over me right now, and this is fucking cool.
Not even half an hour since I last saw you, you know?
You'd really be surprised how many times I've been in these situations. Last time it was an army of ghouls.
I'm going back to bed, Cass.
I'll tell you all about it when I'm back.
Okay, love you.
Love you
And
too.
boop before you can even finish speaking.
I'll pull the shovel out of the gardener's tool and hand it to Aranorn.
And Tom, as for poisonous plants, give me a nature check.
You forget Vetra. I don't need it. I have my own.
Yeah, that's right. We both have gardener's tools.
So 13.
13, okay. Yes, there is actually a very blue flower with almost jagged petals, like almost like knives.
Razor grass.
Anybody know alchemy?
Not anyone here.
I
Do
do.
you think Erky does?
Wait, I do.
Do you know alchemy?
Yeah, it's part of the things you guys love out there.
Awesome.
Oh,
Should we keep the flower then, so you can make us poisons?
Sure.
Awesome.
I mean, plants are good in general.
Well, we're taking the flower.
Is there like a cave that leads farther in, Vex, or is it just a dead end?
It's just a dead end.
Okay. I guess I'll start walking forward and kind of clearing a path for the others. Well, since this is pretty much over.
I'll ask if he wants help with that.
Okay. We could say you do that. I'm going to take a quick break. I got to use the restroom. So, and I'll break for 5 minutes, everybody.
Sounds
Man,
good.
I wish we had a wizard that had the fire bolts, but I cantrip.
I do. I do have firebolt.
Oh, I was
Melt
just
the
gonna
path?
make Aranorn big rather than actually helping.
I've also
It
got
makes
Scorching
him and the
Ray,
shovel big.
but that's a a spell slot. So
Yeah, I'd rather not use the Scorching Ray. I have it as well.
I don't know if it makes it funny or not that I tell her I'm in an avalanche, and her first response is, God, okay, it's been like 30 minutes.
I mean, technically, I could make my sword green flame blade and use the target as the snow. I don't know how exactly that works, though.
I'm an expert snow remover. I just have a couple grenades.
Oh god, you're
Why
gonna
are
cause
you
another
with
avalanche.
grenades?
We're gonna cause another avalanche.
That too.
Hey, potato, potato. Sometimes you need to sacrifice a few kids to make other ones stop dying.
And what's kind of scary is I have 2 spells that could quite probably start avalanches as well. What do you guys think about that whispering, though?
I was actually about to start listening for it again.
I was just only thinking about funny things I could do with it, such as just telling me to shut the fuck up while I talk.
Yeah, let us yell that in an area with...
I didn't yell it, I just said it.
You said I very loudly tell it to shut the fuck up.
No regrets, that was gonna happen anyways.
I have a feeling it may be druidic, though.
This is possible.
Because
Yeah.
from what we understand, the majority of the druid population has been severely limited.
You know
So-
what's going to be annoying now that you brought that up? We just found everyone's favorite pain in the ass druid's home.
Oh?
Hestia.
She's from the north?
Don't know.
She's from a different world.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's scrumptious. It's still not to say that there aren't any, though. Vex has stated that there are still some druid, even as scattered as they are. This does very well fit the suit of a druid, though. Being able to control some forms of nature through just vocal, at least from what we could hear. Most of the druid magic is vocal anyway.
Yep.
I don't think it's far-fetched to say that that was quite easily probably just like move earth or something.
With a big ol' F you for cussing me out.
Yeah. Because it didn't sound like it started off that far as well, given how quick it buzzed to overtake us.
The more I keep thinking about it, the funnier it is that I say I'm in an avalanche, and the only response is just, oh, it's been like 30. Like, I don't know.
How much shit have you gotten yourself into at this point?
How long have
What kind of
I-
trouble hasn't he got himself into?
I
at this
think
point?
the point is, though, is that the avalanche is probably on the lower end of that scale. Should probably not too concerned, given you actually have people with you.
Yeah, thinking about it now and his entire backstory, he's fucking having fun with this. Let's be real, like, he's having fun with this. The entire beginning of his life, it's mostly just him being poor and then a fighting slave.
I mean, to be fair, slavehood was part of like half of the party's backstories.
So I'm back. How's everybody else doing?
Yeah, but he wasn't used for labor, he was used for combat.
Theorizing.
We are doing alright.
Oh, by the way, forgot to say that flower is called Amalia's Mercy.
You can hold on
Interesting.
to and just hand it to me when you need me to make poison.
I'm kind of sitting here hoping to God that our little dragon is okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I know a certain somebody who's going to kill me. Or at least make a damn good go of it.
This isn't the first time Craxus has disappeared on us.
No, it's not. Although the last time she did that, it turned out to be a good thing, and then she came and saved our ass and froze Alencia so that she wouldn't stay, or would be more preserved.
Right. Anyway, so I imagine we've found some way out.
Spend the times about maybe 15-20 minutes just digging out and removing the blockages covering your path. Soon enough, you're back on the surface, looking out over the forest, and with the mountain at your back.
Actually, Vex, and this is
Yes?
probably going to fall under a history check. Did the word we just heard sound anything like Hestia ever said?
Mm, you can, but I'm. Go ahead, maybe. Who knows?
I have almost nothing in history, so that's not going to help me.
Well,
I got an 11. I even rolled that at disadvantage because it's just like, that was a long time ago.
Mhm.
I got an 11.
When the voice saying "I" was loud, could we tell from a discernible direction?
It sounded like it was from all around you.
Oh boy. Here's another kind of question. Did it sound like one voice or multiple?
Multiple.
Oh boy.
It was kind of weird. It's broken up in almost like a record. Skipping.
Fucking druids. It's fucking druids. Or dead people. One of the two.
I have no regrets in telling you.
Both are known for their cantings.
I love this little wizard off in the corner by my chair.
I'll ask. What do you guys do?
Start digging out.
No,
You've
we've already
dug out
done
on the
that.
surface.
Hey, Beastie Boys, you want to start listening, smelling, whatnot again?
Sure.
Just gonna glare at you while I listen.
By the way, I fully well call you guys that in game.
I figured.
Exactly, that's why I'm glaring at you.
I'm
Yeah,
a
I
beat.
figure.
I'm a whole ass beast, man. I don't even care.
Just think it's funny that we have the Beastie Boys now.
5. I'm listening. What are you doing?
I'll
Different things.
Sight, sound, and smell. I'll just give this to you with a 25, because that's flying high enough.
You do smell.
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow,
It
I got a
is
23. That wouldn't have helped
As
me.
if the
I got a 25.
very ground itself just returned to a null state. You smell the... I guess nothing is kind of a rough term to say it. You smell the forest, you smell nature, but don't smell anything out of the ordinary. And, of course, when he's knocking the door back, it's
I got a 25 for listening, so I guess
Hey.
it's still nothing.
But
do
he
have
said that was for everything.
Oh,
Yeah. Everything had pretty much returned to a null point. Nothing to hear, nothing to see, nothing to smell. Other than ambiance, I suppose.
just
Yeah.
gonna keep my hand in my jacket where my gun is, and then just start walking back to where we were.
Actually, I was gonna say we should start walking towards where that smoke was.
I do have a question, though, for when Vex gets back.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause I
Start. Other than base nature, you don't really. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Ooh, I would have still had Detect Magic active when they had said I'd the loudest time. Did I notice any change in the flow of the magics?
Oh yeah, I forgot I should add that up. You see that the energies rapidly increase for a moment. It's as they were at a bursting point and then gone. No longer is there any magic in the environment.
Are there any signs of any small iron tokens?
No?
Real quick before we start walking, I'm gonna call the Stormboar and see if that made it to them or if they were clear of that.
They were well clear of it. In fact, all they say is, you guys were in the center of that?
Pretty
Like
damn close.
Fuck yeah, we were.
It's called.
The damn. Thought the mountain was coming down right on top of y'all.
You should try it next time. It's fucking cool.
You'll have to forgive me if I say.
Yes.
No.
Exactly. We'll hear back from you, boss. Keep an eye on our surroundings.
Hey, actually, quick question on a character. When we were on the ship, was she a cat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask if the little white cat has come back to the ship at all.
No. Haven't seen hide nor hair. A little bugger.
Keep your guards up. These little douchebags were following us before the avalanche hit. Chances are they probably know about you.
Well, sure. You want us to keep off the ground for a while?
You can decide.
Admiral.
I was actually thinking about having them in the air to kind of keep an eye out for any extra movement.
Well, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Just get ready to
You got
pick
it.
us now.
You got it, big boss. See you later. As ends the call.
I'm gonna look at the party and say we should start heading towards where that smoke was. Maybe we'll find some answers.
I'm down for it. I'm just gonna keep my hand on my gun in my jacket. It's waiting.
Okay, so you guys are heading towards the smoke. About an hour passes as you make your way around the mountain, moving towards this distant pillar that slowly grows larger and larger. The terrain here is rougher, and you have to make your way over and down, and just over various crags and through valleys. By the time you finally reach a position where you have a good overview of this region you've been trying to reach, it's about maybe 2, bit later in the day. And what you see is almost looks like a mining site. Large buildings and various bits of equipment and machines scattered about. And right in the very center of it, dug into the mountain, is a large facility. And forgive me, some of the models have broken, so I've had to shrink down the map a little bit. But let's actually go somewhere you can properly see.
Yay!
Load correctly, load correctly, load correctly, load correctly. Please, for the love of God, load correctly.
Red, red, yellow, red, 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 yellow, yellow, red. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
All red. Everything. That doesn't look
Probably
like 100%.
Good 30 sets of
Well,
bundles.
There should be a lot that you can't see yet because you have to explore it.
Alright, I see our party over here.
Wait, where are we?
The load seemingly nearly killed my internet.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot.
There's 2 things. Oh, wait, there we go. Load completed.
In character, I'm gonna say, do tell me what we're doing here again.
Yep, I got disconnected.
Saving your girlfriend.
Hey, Mighty Robot, how you
That's
doing?
here?
I don't. It is?
Maybe. Yeah, apparently. Like, you're supposed to open some safe in some sort of central building.
Yeah, he was loading up a new map, so that chunked me for a little
I
bit.
mean, this specific place.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
This is the place.
Most likely.
E.
Most likely.
Hey,
Apparently.
can somebody
I don't
re-invite
know.
me?
We may have just been sidetracked. Who knows?
So wait, is this the place?
Yes, cast.
Why'd you invite me, Varian?
I thought you wanted to participate.
Vex was feeling excluded. Yes.
So, well, I would love to play this game as one of the characters, but considering it's my world, I do not have a choice in that matter.
I can TM for you. Be good practice.
Trade off DM days.
We'll have the Stormborn. It's not directly behind you. It is able to be pulled in if need be.
Hey, you could always have Hestia DM this, and then you could be a player.
Oh God.
She does not understand my world at all.
I can do it.
Is it bad?
Yes.
So,
Oh no!
make sure you guys all
War.
review Fog of War. What?
War's ping 700,
Is-
900. Oh,
Is it bad?
Yeah.
If you're
he's
asking,
dead.
Yeah, you just want me to stream for you, man.
I mean, I'm currently on Twitch, so
Yeah, that works too. Thank God I haven't said anything weird.
Dense fog. A dense haze obscures your view as snow begins to fall heavier and heavier. Stand at the top of the mountain. Well, not at the top of a valley overlooking this facility. Yeah, facility is a good word for it.
so obviously a made structure of sorts.
Man-made structure, most definitely.
Okay. And that's a frozen lake next to us?
Frozen river.
River,
I need
okay.
to get my glasses, the neon.
We're free to roam?
You are free to roam.
Boy.
You can also occasionally make searches. For some reason, none of the trees loaded in. Well, none of the actual trees. So we'll go with that. It probably makes it easier on systems.
Okay. So I had to jump into Varian.
You had to jump into Varian.
You're going sky high.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want to just indicate where you want to move? I'll try moving it. 'Cause
Maybe
clearly
better.
it's not liking you for some reason.
Holy crap. So that killed so much power from my internet apparently that I am now on cutout mode, I guess.
You want to move over there?
You've been.
Overlooking the area.
Yeah, trudging through the dense snow, you approach the edge of the cliff. Overlooking it, you can see a path downwards. Well, a path on lower terrain amongst the trees. Just make sure you look.
The snow and wind is making it for difficult visual things, correct?
Yes. You can still make out the smoke, the black smoke, and there is some definite structures ahead of you.
And the smoke is coming from the direction of the structures?
Yeah, it's coming from this way.
This way, sorry.
Yeah, looking out this way.
Okay.
and it's still 2 in the afternoon. You said.
About 2 in the afternoon. And
This
sun's
is-
just starting to lower.
I'll speak on the sending phone. This is obviously some sort of encampment. We should probably try and do this a bit stealthily if we can.
Be sneaky. Well, if we wanted to be, actual sneaky, we'd wait till night.
That is very true. I have my Cloak of Elven Kind, so they have to roll disadvantage on detecting me.
Well, there is a good haze right now, so you guys might be a bit more advantageous. Then again, you're not going to see the enemy, or I guess the threat, until it's right in front of you at this point.
Hear me out here. If I turn into a bear and get on all fours, can I pretend to just be a random bear?
Eventually.
Even though I have pretty human-looking big-ass hands, maybe if I just ball him up into fists.
Give me a perception
I'm not-
roll, Cass.
Okay. 21.
You haven't seen a single living creature.
Yeah, I thought that was a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't seen any birds or anything.
Yeah, it's probably not. They probably might have all them by now.
Alright. If
I just realized something we should probably try and do with Craxus at some point. Ascending phone fucking caller.
Am I able to stealth my way up to this edge here?
Give me a stealth roll.
You took away my dice thing.
Oh, by the way, the sunlight reflecting on the snow is not doing you favors. I should have mentioned that earlier, but it is essentially like walking through hell.
Oh yeah, no, my eyes are...
And not you,
24 on stealth.
the vampire.
I'll turn down the intensity just a little bit.
I'm covered in 3 layers of clothing currently, guys. So,
Yeah.
even though it's still probably very blinding and whatnot, I am covered head to toe, mask and all.
Oh no, I mean like out of character.
I didn't specify Vex, but I will try and make myself as less noticeable as possible.
Are you sure you don't want to be
So-
as noticeable?
Whoa!